Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a Jirou X listener. I don't know if the audio is going to be different. I'm recording in a different room because, as I said, my friend is over and she's asleep right now, so I didn't want to disturb her or anything. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. The flashing lights that made your eyes burn in the best way, the glitter that danced through the air hypnotically, the loud thumping that ran through the floor and ran through your entire body. It was more than Jirou could ever imagine. Her entire life she had been to thousands of concerts with her parents, going backstage and meeting tons of bands, and hanging out with hundreds of celebrities. All of that was great, but it didn't compare to tonight. Not at all. It had happened maybe a week ago. Jirou was hanging out back home, listening to music on her bed, when her parents burst through the door with bright and giddy smiles. In their hands were 3 VIP tickets to Jirou's favorite singer, Heartthrob. Since her family was well known in the music industry, they often got backstage passes, and they could get into any performance they wanted to. When their manager gave them the free tickets, they instantly knew who to bring along with them. As soon as the tickets were in Jirou's hands, she was freaking out and started to plan what she was going to wear and what she was going to say. Only a week later, Jirou was standing in a small pit of people, waiting for the famous Heartthrob to come on stage. Unlike her typically enormous performances, Heartthrob had decided to do a select and up-close personal show, which meant that Jirou got to be extra close to the stage and see her idol up close. Looking around with a bright smile, Jirou fiddled with her earjacks nervously as she shifted from foot to foot. Her parents had gone backstage to talk with the bands, while Jirou went and got a spot, which had only made her have even more butterflies. She was not only meeting her idol, but her biggest crush. For the past year and a half, she followed along Heartthrob's rise to fame, and her feelings only grew stronger with every video and interview. To be this close was already insane, but to be able to meet the pop star after the performance was even better. God, Jirou hoped she wouldn't faint. Being so deep in her thoughts, she hadn't noticed that a tall person was pushing through the crowds towards her. When their arms bumped against each other, she finally looked up, her jaw dropping and eyes going wide as they gave them a quick smile. This couldn't be happening. This could not be happening. Sorry about that. The crowd is really rowdy today, isn't it? You're Jirou, right? Your mom told me to get you. I don't think anyone noticed me, but that won't last long. We should get going. Take my hand. Without a second thought, Jirou was being tugged away by the hand, her eyes bug-eyed as she was pushed along the crowd. There had to be at least 300 people in the room, yet Jirou couldn't focus on any of them. Not that she wanted to when she was holding the hand of her idol and being dragged off towards the exclusive VIP section. Even though she was allowed back there, it felt surreal, different from any other time of being backstage. A few people around her murmured at the sight, but didn't stop the two of them. The show was about to start, and they wouldn't bother 2 random people making their way through the crowd. After a few minutes of shoving and pushing, they finally made their way to the backstage. Jirou shyly looked down at her hand that was still touching theirs. When she looked back up, there was a smile on their face as they leaned down to talk over a bustling of stage producers and stage managers yelling out orders. I already know your name, so I suppose it would be best if I told you mine. Name's Listener, or better known as Heartthrob, get over here. Your set is starting soon. Your eyes flickered over to the screaming manager as he sighed. There wasn't enough time to get a real introduction, so it would have to wait till later. With a smile, you turned back to the small blushing girl in front of you, your hand squeezing hers before slowly letting go. You reached up to rub the back of your neck with a soft chuckle. Guess that's my cue to run along. We can talk more after the show, though. I can introduce myself in a less, crowded way. That would be awesome, Jirou stuttered out as her cheeks flushed darker in embarrassment. The blush only darkened when you chuckled at her shy but excited response. I guess I should find my parents. He gave a quick nod with a wink. That would be best. I should head off before my manager gets his panties in a bunch. It was nice to meet you, cutie. Jirou didn't even have the chance to respond. You were instantly tugged away by different makeup artists and bandmates asking questions, their hands pulling you in different directions while the stylists fixed up your hair. The smile stayed on your face as you chatted with each of them, your hand waving to Jirou as she watched from her spot. Shakily, her hands clutched at her chest as butterflies in her stomach only increased. Did her idol just call her a cutie? Not only that, but the two of you had held hands. A loud announcement came through the speakers saying that the set was going to start in 5 minutes. Jirou snapped out of her thoughts and quickly rushed back to the crowd, her hand still touching her chest as she tried to steady her thumping heart. When she reached her parents, they raised their eyebrows confused. Is everything okay, sweetie? You're all red. I'm fine, Mom, just excited. In fact, I'm more than fine. I'm feeling amazing. They smiled softly as she looked up at the stage. It's gonna start. Shifting closer, she looked up with a bright smile as the lights dimmed and the glitter flushed through the air around her like magic. The curtain shifted and the crowd silenced as the click of their boots filled the air. Stopping right in front of the stage, the entire room seemed to inhale sharply as the light flickered on, each strobe light lighting up your body until it reached up to your face, the brightness illuminating your features as you stared at the crowd with half-lidded eyes. Smirking, you raised your microphone. Who's ready to get this party started? Alright, so that's the end of this one. I know it was shorter, and the video before this was also kind of shorter. Expect longer videos, especially during like the 12 Days of Christmas special, but yeah. Discord link, fill that out and click on the waiting server in the description, as well as the music link, fanfic link, and my Amazon wishlist if you want to check that out. I mean, don't be opposed. I'm kidding, you really don't have to. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and goodbye!